Aardvark facts you didn't know. Amazing African animal. Hidden in the heart of the African wilderness, beneath the cover of darkness, roams a creature that seems straight out of a dreamer, perhaps a mix of many animals. With rabbit-like ears, a pig-like snout, and a kangaroo's powerful hind legs, the aardvark is one of the most peculiar yet fascinating animals on the planet. While lions and elephants often steal the spotlight, the aardvark remains a mystery to many. But make no mistake, this shy, solitary mammal is one of Africa's most impressive survivalists. Let's explore mind-blowing facts about aardvarks that you probably didn't know, and discover why this unique animal deserves far more attention than it gets. Aardvarks are nocturnal specialists, meaning they live most of their lives in the shadows of night. As the sun dips below the horizon, the savanna cools, and the aardvark emerges from its burrow. With a body built for digging and a nose built for sniffing, it begins a nightly journey that can cover up to 15 miles. Unlike most predators that hunt with their eyes, aardvarks rely on smell and vibration, detecting their tiny insect prey from underground or behind thick mud mounds. And speaking of pre-aardvarks are termite and ant-eating machines. Their diet consists almost entirely of these insects. With their long, sticky tongues, sometimes over 30 centimeters, they can consume up to 50,000 insects in a single night. That's right. While you're sleeping, the aardvark is devouring an entire city of termites with methodical precision. And they don't chew. Aardvarks swallow their food whole, letting the insects be ground down by strong stomach muscles and digestive acids. Aardvarks are not pigs, even though their name means earth pig in Afrikaans. In fact, they are the only living member of their order, Tubulidentida. That means they are more unique than lions, elephants, or even giraffes, their closest living relatives. Surprisingly, elephants and manatees are a reminder of how strange and wonderful evolution can be. You might not expect it, but aardvarks are incredible builders. Their burrows are cool, safe, and can stretch over 30 feet long, with multiple chambers and exits. They dig with strong limbs and sharp claws that resemble shovels. These burrows don't just protect aardvarks, they become homes for dozens of other animals. After the aardvark moves on, creatures like porcupines, mongooses, snakes, and even wild dogs move in. Without the aardvark, many of these animals would struggle to find shelter, especially in arid regions. One lesser-known fact is that aardvarks play a huge role in soil aeration and ecosystem health. Just by digging, they help cycle nutrients, mix soil layers, and allow rainwater to penetrate deeper into the earth. In a way, they're nature's underground engineers, constantly improving the landscape for other plants and animals. Despite their unusual appearance, aardvarks are surprisingly agile. They can run fast in short bursts when threatened and quickly vanish underground. If cornered, they can defend themselves with powerful back legs and claws. However, their primary defense is stealth. Being active only at night and rarely leaving traces, they are incredibly difficult to observe in the wild. Another little-known fact: aardvarks are silent creatures. They make almost no sound, no calls, no growls, no vocalizations. Their communication, if it exists, is still a mystery to researchers. This silence adds to their aura of secrecy. Most people go their whole lives without ever seeing an aardvark in the wild. Reproduction is equally mysterious. A female aardvark gives birth to a single cub after a gestation of about 7 months. The baby is born hairless and pink, staying in the safety of the burrow for several weeks before emerging to follow its mother on her nightly hunts. By 6 months, the young aardvark is ready to dig its own home and begin its solitary life. You might think aardvarks would be easy to protect since they don't bother humans. But they are facing new dangers every year. Habitat loss from agriculture and development is shrinking their territory. Roads and fences cut through their home ranges, and in some areas, Climate change has disrupted insect populations, leaving aardvarks with less food. In extreme droughts, aardvarks have been seen wandering during the day in search of food or water, a dangerous move that exposes them to predators and heatstroke. Still, there is hope. Conservation groups have begun to include aardvarks in ecosystem preservation efforts. By focusing on habitat restoration, protecting termite mounds, and reducing nighttime vehicle traffic in wild areas, we can give the aardvark a fighting chance. Culturally, aardvarks hold special meaning in some African traditions. In folklore, they are often symbols of persistence, strength, and wisdom. Some tribes believe that an aardvark sighting is a sign of good luck. Unlike some animals that are hunted for sport or decoration, the aardvark is generally left alone, perhaps out of respect or mystery. Despite their elusiveness, aardvarks have found their way into modern science and even pop culture. In research labs, their biology has fascinated scientists for years. Their unique tooth structure, composed of tiny tubes instead of enamelless, unlike anything in the animal kingdom. Their sense of smell rivals that of a bloodhound. And their strong cardiovascular system allows them to work tirelessly for hours without tiring. But even more astonishing is how adaptable the aardvark is. Found across more than 25 African countries, aardvarks thrive in a variety of habitats, from dry deserts to moist savannas. As long as there are insects and soft enough ground to dig, they can survive. It's this quiet resilience that makes them so remarkable. In captivity, aardvarks are notoriously difficult to care for. Their diet is specialized, their behavior is nocturnal, and they require deep bedding to dig. Only a few zoos around the world have successfully housed aardvarks, and even fewer have managed to breed them. Seeing one up close is a rare experience that only a handful of people ever get. So why should we care about this odd-looking, termite-eating, night-walking animal? Because the aardvark is a symbol of nature's creativity and balance. It reminds us that every species, no matter how unusual or unknown, plays a role in the ecosystem. Without aardvarks, termites might overrun certain areas. Predators like pangolins and snakes would lose shelter. The soil would be harder, less fertile. The web of life would unravel just a bit more. But beyond function, there's something else, something harder to explain. The aardvark represents the wildness that still exists. It lives on its own terms, unseen and uncelebrated, surviving by its wits and its claws. It doesn't roar or leap or pose for cameras. It just digs, eats, survives, and disappears before dawn. And in that quiet, humble existence lies its magic. So next time you hear the word aardvark, don't just think of the first entry in the dictionary. Think of the animal that digs through Africa's night. Think of the creature that engineers the earth with its paws. Think of the living mystery, the amazing African animal that still thrives in the shadows. Because now you know the facts, and the aardvark deserves to be known. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.